Take me out to California.
Hi everyone, so today is story time on my channel, and this is based around a post that I did on Facebook. So a memory came up on my Facebook today. Love that feature on Facebook. It's, you know, it brings up all kinds of lovely memories that you have, sometimes funny, sometimes sad, you know, sometimes poignant, and you also see how you've developed as a person and you think, why did I write that? Maybe that's just me. So this post that I did was based around something that me and my husband did, and people around me do know this, and it's still funny and I still remember it today. And because I posted this, I shared this post because it made me laugh, a lot of people were intrigued about what actually happened. So I thought I would share the story with you and let you into my world. So my husband and I this was before we had the kids, so we'd been together probably about a year or something, and we were very much, and for those of you that don't know and you've just stumbled upon this story, unfortunately my husband died 18 months ago. So when I talk about him in the past tense, it's not that we are no longer together, it's that he is no longer alive. And I don't say that flippantly, it's just a caveat. I've talked about this extensively, I'll link that stuff below, but this is a positive memory, so I'm not going to dwell on sad stuff. Okay, so we'd been together probably about a year maybe, and from the very beginning with me and my husband, we were playful, and we always used to say those that play together stay together, and we were always just having a laugh together from the very beginning. And on this particular, so the day before this evening, my husband had taken a call, and the call was from a timeshare person. So that's where, you know, they I don't really know exactly how it works, but they sell a property, they give you, you pay into it, and you get to use that property somewhere hopefully glamorous and hot a few times throughout the year. And so it's like a shared accommodation, I guess. It works, there's nothing bad about that particular concept. However, I do find sometimes the sales tactics that are used in timeshare a bit much. So my husband took the call, and they basically said, you have won a holiday. I can't remember where to. You've won a holiday. All you need to do is you need to come along to this meeting that we're having. And we had a chat about it. So on the evening when I came in, we're chatting about it, and we started to laugh and say, these sales tactics and how they do things, it's funny, isn't it? And I was like, imagine people really just thought they were just turning up and going on a holiday, like that day that you were there ready to go on the holiday. And we just started, it was just general silly jokes, laughing. It was late at night, we always stayed up late, I still do, so it was probably about midnight while we were talking about this, which, you know, everything suddenly becomes ridiculous and funnier at that time of night. So we were laughing about it, and we were like, should we just go tomorrow? That'd be so funny. Wouldn't it be funny if, so it started with that, wouldn't it be funny if we just went to this timeshare thing and we just pretended that we actually thought we were going on holiday that day, like bags packed, the works, like we're going on holiday, like proper Brits abroad. And then we just started talking about, you know, what could you bring along, in like a iced bottle of water that you've got out the fridge, and ice creams, like wearing your holiday gear, your holiday hat, your suitcases packed. And we were just in the end hysterical about what it would be like to do this. And then we were like, let's just do it. It'd be so funny, it would be so funny, it would be such a story. And because we just, you know, we work for ourselves, we could potter around doing things in the day. This is the kind of weird nonsense we would get up to. And at the time we were doing promotional type work, so we had a van. So I don't know why that's funnier, but it just, in my mind, I need to set the scene. So the morning, we wake up in the morning, neither of us are particularly very well, we've got cold, and so that makes it funnier as well, because we decided we were going to do it. And so in the morning I'm like, right, we need to put our holiday gear on, the thing that looks the most holiday-ish, like. So I've got these white pedal pushers on, this sort of holiday, I want to say a caftan, it's not really a caftan, but like a holiday thing you put over your bikini, some flower thing in my hair. I've rolled up the towels, put the towels in the bags. Again, Ross isn't particularly very well, so he's like sort of being slow, and I know what time this thing is because we've got a time to go in and see them. And I'm like, just put your Hawaiian shirt on, for God's sake, just come on, hurry up Ross, put the Hawaiian shirt on. Like actually nagging him to do what is just a skit. Like we are just wasting time. So we went down there in this white van to a place somewhere in Warwickshire. So we live in Coventry, somewhere lovely. We go to this place, it's like an industrial estate, so loads of little businesses and stuff there. We walk in, it is tiny. The office is really small. There's 2 people sat on one side, there's us sat on the 2 chairs opposite, and then there's a desk at the front where you register, and there's a lady sat there. So we walked in, we've got our passports, we've got our suitcases, we've got bags with towels popping out of the top. Ross is wearing a holiday hat and Hawaiian like type shirt, floral shirt. We walk in and I mean already we're hysterical. Like we are like trying to be serious. I wish we'd filmed it. I mean it wasn't really, I guess it wasn't really the time as much. We didn't have amazing stuff to do that. But so we went in, the couple opposite are trying to be, they're really serious. They're just really, they're a little bit older. They're there to be proper, and we're going. So when are we going on this? So that we're filling out some things before we go in to the talk. We're like, so when do we go? And so where are we flying from again? And what time is the flight? Because we want to get the dog looked after. Made up dog, haven't got a dog. I think we maybe made up a child as well. Can't remember. We were like, okay, so and they were kind of trying to ignore us at this point, because I don't think they knew what to do. So I think they were just ignoring. And then after, I mean, we were trying to be so serious, like Ross, and we were like swigging the water. We've got our passports out on the desk when we sat there at the desk, and we were like, okay, so what time do we go? Are we, you know, because we want to get, so we just let people know what time to pick us up when we get back. And again, they're just, I mean, they know that we're having a laugh, but they're continuing to be serious about it. Then we got brought into this other space where they do the sales pitch, where they sell you the property. Now the reality actually of our situation, even though we were quite young, is that my husband had property, so realistically we could afford to do the timeshare thing. Like we might have looked like children, but I owned a property in Essex, Ross has properties in Coventry. Actually we're in a really good financial situation to do it, and there was sort of part of us that was a little bit interested, but we were just having a laugh. So we went in there and the guy started speaking, and we were asking about when we were going on the holiday, and he got really cross and he was like, you're just taking the mick. And I mean, it wasn't just that, it was just such a cringy outfit. Like the leaflets, the flyers that they had there, all the point of sale stuff that they had out, there was like grammatical errors on it. It just was so badly done. And you know, I'm probably being really harsh, and I probably wouldn't be quite as harsh now as a proper, fully functional, proper grown-up adult, but as a young adult I didn't really care, and I was full of, you know, fun and silliness. And so we went in, eventually we got kicked out, but not before absolutely just like, oh, we just had such a laugh. I wish I could explain. I can't really remember exactly all of the details, but it was everybody else trying to pretend that we weren't doing what we were doing, trying to remain serious when we are dressed how we were dressed. And then we drove back to Ross's dad's shop. He owns a shop in Coventry, Andy Blair Sports, and we walked in there, and Ross's sister had a shop within there at the time as well, and they were just like, what have you been doing today? Because we would often turn up, you know, and we'd been doing something weird, or we were dressed up as something, or we'd just been up to some kind of mischief. But on this, they were just howling. Like, what who does that? Who takes a joke from, you know, a late night joke that could have just been left, and it would have been quite funny to imagine what that might be like, but we decided to just actually do it, and it was hilarious. And it's still one of the, I can just remember my stomach hurting from the laughing of just how funny it was. And then when we got kicked out, and it was just like, all right, let's just get back in the van then and just go home. Like, it was just, but I think we used to just do that, like try and actually just find ways to have stories to tell when you're old, and isn't that the point really? And now I get to share it with you guys on here, but it was just a very funny story. So those of you that were on my Facebook and wanted to know, that's exactly what happened. I'd love to have known the people that were sat there and what they said to each other on the way home. They must have told somebody else. The people that were in there must have told somebody, you know, we went to this timeshare thing today and there was this couple there. I mean, we must have looked like a pair of idiots. We thought we were hilarious, but you know, it probably wasn't that funny for everybody else. But yeah, that's my story time for you. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you like what I chat on about, and do the little bell thing so you get a notification when I actually post some videos. That would be great. And share this with people who you think it will make them smile. I'll speak to you all soon.
Take me out to California.